Hello, this is my capstone video presentation by Peggy Jones from Kennesaw State University in the Instructional Technology Specialist degree program. The title of the capstone project is My Kid Was Absent from Your Class. What are you going to do? The problem or need that prompted my project proposal is absenteeism by students. When students are absent in a high school math class, students fall behind since math builds daily. The capstone project plan. I propose videoing the day's lesson and posting on Google Classroom for students to view. In addition to videos, each handout and homework assignments would be posted as well. I would also be available for students to ask questions from the lesson or homework via a class blog. Sometimes a student needs to see and hear a lesson more than one time to understand the standard. The videos would be available for any student to view again after class, whether the student was absent or just needed to watch the video again. The evaluation plan. The final activity will be to check the success of the capstone. I will pull grades from students in the first semester that missed 5 or more days. After the capstone project has been in effect the entire second semester, I will pull the grades of students who have missed 5 or more days during the second semester. I will then compare to see if there is an improvement in the students' grades. Now we're going to look at the spreadsheet artifact where I've pulled the first semester and compared the second semester results. Here you see the results comparing first semester to second semester. First semester there was 10 students that missed 5 or more days, and all 10 failed. Compared to the second semester, we did have 10 to miss 5 or more days, but only 5 failed. So there was an improvement of the absentee students passing the class. Description of the capstone experience and results. The actual capstone changed to a small degree from the proposed capstone. The proposed capstone required the creation of a Google Classroom. Instead of creating a Google Classroom for the videos, a standalone blog was created. After the blog was created, the plan involved proceeding to introducing the students to the blog and entailed some practice activities to get students familiar with the operation of the blog. The first activity of creating the blog and training students involved 9 hours. The second activity was for the teacher to begin recording the lesson and posting to the blog. The recording of the lesson took on a screencast type recording instead of an actual videoing of the teacher and students conducting the lesson. The screencast only showed the notes along with the teacher completing the notes with teacher's voice audibly teaching the lesson. The screencast was completed during the teacher's planning, so the need for student video release forms was eliminated. The screencast creation of 65 lessons was created and posted to the blog. The recording of the screencast lessons and posting to the blog involved 75 hours. The two artifacts that we're going to look at to show this activity, one we're going to show the main blog screen showing the viewing numbers of the videos, and then we're going to show a video clip from one of the videos. This screen shows the creator screen view, and you can see the dates that the lessons were created. And over here is the point that I want to draw your attention to, is how many times the videos have been watched and replayed. 6, 6, 9, 4, 8, 7, and it continues to go on as the semester started earlier in the year. This is what the blog looks like as students log into the blog, and the lessons are in order by date. So if a student knows that they were absent on a certain date or knows that they saw the lesson and they really didn't understand it on a certain date, they can go and watch the lesson. So if they knew they were absent on October 26th, they could click on this date. And as far as the screencast, it is not picking up the sound from the lesson, but I'm going to click on the lesson just where you can see how it flows, although it's not picking up the voice that is attached to the lesson. So here's the first lesson. If they started looking over it, of course, it starts out with this question that's answered. And we'll move on through some examples. And if the student did not have a worksheet, of course, they could write this down and they can pause it and rewind it as many times as they want to. So it's very informative and educational if you missed a math lesson. It kind of can keep you on track with the other students. The final step in the process of the project was to follow up with absent students to make sure they utilized the resource. The follow-up activity involved 10 hours. After the blog was successfully created, the math department chair asked me to present the project to other math teachers. The presentation and assisting other teachers in the process involved 3 hours. While working with the math department chair, we decided to invest in wireless microphones where the recordings could actually be done at the smartboard instead of having to record the smartboard and then go to a laptop to insert the audio. The research and trial of wireless microphones required 3 hours. The resource was presented to students and parents during the open house for the 2017-18 school year. The introduction to the resource to the next year students required 3 hours. The evaluation plan involved making class time available to students that were not able to be physically in attendance in class. The goal was to offer a video of the day's lesson on the class blog for the absent student to view and print any handouts that were given in class. The student would also have the opportunity to ask questions via a class blog if he or she had a question about the lesson. In review of the blog, the teacher can tell that each video has been viewed in approximately 3 to 21 times. Also, at the beginning of the school year, due to an IEP requirement, a student needed to be moved from one co-teaching class to another, that is being removed from our class, moved to another math co-teaching class. The mother was so excited about our class being recorded where she could help her son at home that she met with the special education caseload teacher and the principal to override the move. The deliverables from the project so far are fewer students are failing the Algebra 1 class where the video recording blog is available, positive teacher and student feedback on the blog. The blog is being updated daily as instruction proceeds in class. Reflecting on the Capstone project. Prior to the Capstone experience, technology infused into the classroom each day seemed overwhelming. The Capstone experience revealed that upfront troubleshooting on whatever technology is needed will pay off with time efficiency in the end. The implementation of daily instruction videos being posted on the blog has resulted in many positive compliments on the resource. In addition to learning technology and technology facilitation, the Capstone is now leading to leadership among teachers. As a technology leader, the Capstone project applies to ISTE Standard 3, titled Digital Learning Environments. Standard 3 says, candidates demonstrate the knowledge, skills, and dispositions to create, support, and manage effective digital learning environments. That is from the ISTE website. As other teachers have asked for guidance about doing a similar resource for their students, the advice offered is based on the Capstone experience. The advice is to find a way to create the video resource in a timely manner. If the resource takes too much time, the resource will not survive. Also, be ready to educate students and parents on how to utilize the resource. Remind the students and parents that the video is not a random video pulled from the internet. The video is an actual video of the teacher instructing the lesson as it was done in class. The top advice is to not get overwhelmed with too much time being invested into the resource. Copyright acknowledgments, reprint rights available with permission and acknowledgement. Thank you very much.